Hey everybody, it's Blizzard. I'm playing some Pikmin 2. I haven't played any Pikmin games for a while, but right now, I believe I have like one file that I've used a bit, but I'm gonna erase it for now. Slight spoilers, don't worry about it, it's fine, just pay no attention to it. Let's go ahead and start a new file. Hocotate Freight is a long-haul deep space shipping company. One day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Olimar, crashed on an uncharted planet while... oh dear, it went too fast. There, aided by creatures called Pikmin. In the end, Captain Olimar escaped. But in Olimar's absence, his employer, Hocotate Freight, ran into financial difficulties. Captain Olimar. Planet Hocotate. Hocotate Freight. Bad news. President of Hocotate Freight and a local employee, Louis. More bad news. Olimar, I'm so glad you're safe. Yes, very glad. Quite glad, but... sadly, I have an announcement that is not so glad. Our company is going under. Yes, we're finished. On his first mission, Louis here met a ravenous space bunny. And his entire load of golden pick brand carrots was eaten. I took an enormous loan to repay the debt for this loss. I decided to sell off corporate assets to repay the loan. But the only asset we had to sell was your ship, the SS Dolphin. As for the rest of our loan, that's a lot of zeros. We have no means to repay it. Olimar, what is that? You brought it back as a souvenir for your kid? Treasure, 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 money, 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 money. In installation, how much worth is it? 100 Pokos. This thing's worth 100 Pokos, and that's more than a year's salary thing. That was more than... there are more on that planet that can repay our debt. Louis, you do it. You don't. Look alive. Oh no. Go to the planet with Olimar. And he flies off because of being too close to the launch. Also, we've lost our ship that we worked so hard for days and nights. Just hard work in the first game. Which is great. So great. And now we have to pay off a loan, and then we have to somehow get our ship back, I guess, at some point. Maybe. But anyway, let's return to the world of the Pikmin in Pikmin 2. The Valley of Repose. Oh dear, this is hard to see. This seems very similar to the first game. You know, we made a crash and we have to make an emergency landing. Oh dear, good times, good memories. We have returned. And everything seems to have not changed. That was close. I have averted a crash landing. Running diagnostics. Alert! Danger! Louis is missing! He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either floating protocol or in danger. I don't know the words for some reason. I don't know. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of this planet. It's only cold here, don't worry. Wait a moment. Look. Look at what? Oh. It's a Bulborb and some Pikmin. Could these be Pikmin? They look like they are about to be devoured as we speak. You must help them. Point at the screen and press B to call them with your whistle. You can also hold B to make a sound of your whistle carry further. Remember. Yes, so hold the button longer, it does stuff. But also, there's no way to lose this fight, and you also can't attack him with just your bash thing. But there's no way this Bulborb will actually ever eat any of your Pikmin, so you should be alright. So, the Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olimar. How fascinating. Give them instructions and do not delay. Hold A to grab a Pikmin, then point at the screen and release to throw it. But yeah, this Bulborb actually can't ever do any damage, so. But if we can manage to throw a Pikmin right on top of this particular type of enemy, we should be able to kill him instantly. And with that, we can't actually take him to an onion because there are no onions, but like in the first game, there are these random patches on the ground. Attention, Captain Olimar! I have just re-established my communications link with Louis. It is fortunate we have managed to confirm his safety. Press minus button to communicate with him. I'm quite interested in the details of his condition. Okay, good to know. Well, anyway, there are these patches on the ground, which are kind of going to be a thing with Pikmin stuff, so. Anyway, I'm going to throw these Pikmin onto this bag. We cannot do anything further with this, so. Because it shows that we need 15 Pikmin to actually get past this. But if we change to Louis, which you can see is, like, thing on the ground where he landed, of course. Louis, allow me to assess your condition as per our safety protocols. Are you at all injured? Is that so? Then my concerns are eased. Our communication link shows you are nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. Press plus to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. Okay, so basically that's how you access the map, whereas in the first game it's just to go to your, like, I believe the minus button is actually your map in the first game, so. But going to plus, you can also go to menu to say, like, continue or go to sunset, which we can't do anything at the moment. You can also see our total of Pokos raised and also items we have not gotten yet and stuff, so anyway, that should be everything. You can also see Pikmin locations, onion locations. Oh, wait a second. Ooh, what's that? Guess that's right next to us, so let's go check it out. And it's the red onion. Louis never seen one before, so he probably doesn't know what it is. Louis, the odd object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Olimar's report. What report? We didn't get a report. Oh well, I guess it's good enough if you've played the first game to know what's happening, I guess. What if the entire first Pikmin game is just the report that Olimar gives them? That'd be interesting. The seeds the onion ejected just sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked with A. So I guess we'll just leave it there forever because we don't actually care. We can also punch these pellet posies, so we can do stuff with that in the future. But instead of doing that, let's pluck the Pikmin. Louis, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olimar's report. It is staring at you. You can use A to throw a Pikmin and issue orders to it. Press B to call it back to you. So basically he's repeating the stuff that we talked about with Olimar. You can disband your squad with C. Interesting. I don't think we mentioned that though. Olimar's description of the creatures resembling pick carrots was strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? Don't eat it, please. Please, I need it. You actually need it to actually finish the game, so don't eat it. But now it's time to get revenge so it can eat you! Nah, it's just gonna do a stare competition, I guess, and then both of them look at the camera, which is very comedic. But anyway, now we can actually throw this Pikmin onto this pellet posy. If you can manage to get the Pikmin straight onto the flower, it will knock it down instantly. And yeah, it will carry the thing back. The number below is showing the required amount of Pikmin. The number above is like how many Pikmin are on it, but usually it's only able to get to a certain amount after the requirement. So, like for those specific ones, you can only have 2 Pikmin on it, but the least you can possibly have on it to actually move it is 1. The onion ejected more seeds. The pellet from that flower must hold nutrients that breed Pikmin. Yes, the Pikmin gather nutrients, hold them to the onion, and further propagate the species. Oh, the onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Olimar's report, it seems repeatedly tapping A lets one rapidly pluck Pikmin sprouts. So instead of having to just go to one and then pluck it and then go to the next one and pluck it, you can just repeatedly tap A and it will just take you to the next one and pluck it automatically. That's basically what that was saying. So now that that's all done, we need to bring up our Pikmin numbers so we can continue onward. Because it's always good to bring up your Pikmin numbers, especially when you only have so many. So anyway, let's go ahead and do that. You can also use the D-pad to change your direction of viewing and stuff. You can press up to actually change your camera, thing like that. Holding down actually will move your Pikmin in a certain direction like this. But going left and right will actually change your zoom like that thing. So, and that just changes the angle as I've mentioned. So let's pluck all these Pikmin now. We have 16 total on the field now, according to this. That one's to show that we have 16 total, and that one's to show how many we have in our group. So when I throw one out, it's going to say 10. But if we call it back, it'll say 11. Perfect sense? Cool. We also have the health bars down there, which are represented by those green bars things. That one's Louis, that one's Olimar. Fair enough, right? Cool. Anyway, we found a battery. Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. Also the Pikmin that we needed to actually progress with anything else in the game. I would like to appraise it, but you must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? Pressing Z to move the camera behind you. So that's also something else you can do, is just like while you're moving around, if you're holding the Z button, you can actually have it also automatically be behind you. Also, you just said what we already have done with, you know, the everything else. But we can see Olimar over there, and he's needing a little bit of help with that bag. So let's go ahead and deposit the rest of the Pikmin on it. Only one of them is not required, so... But there we go. We have reunited with Olimar. So the thing about this game is you can also, when you disband with C, split the captains up as well, which you can also call with B and all that. But anyway, this whole game is about splitting your captains up and trying to be as efficient as possible at doing stuff and all that. Anyway, Captain Olimar, Louis, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get through anything, correct? Maybe. From now on, use B to form a single group, C to take solo action, and minus button to change leaders. I'm also playing this on the Wii version as well, so just in case that wasn't obvious already. Anyway, let's call Olimar. Let's grab this Bulborb. So let's get as many as we possibly can onto it, because you know you can get 6 onto it. So anyway, and now we can also go back to start this, I guess. So you can put as many Pikmin as you want onto it, but it will need a certain amount of Pikmin to carry it back to the ship. But this is our first treasure. But most of the treasures in this game are real-world objects that you can find in real life. And some of them are linked to the Nintendo, most of them are products and stuff like that you can find and stuff. Anyway, I believe we are missing 10 Pikmin, but we've only got 6 over here. Also, I was wrong, it's the other way around with those things. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get it wrong. Also, we have Olimar and Louis. Louis sounding like Luigi, and Olimar is kind of like Mario backwards in Japanese. I believe. I think. Maybe. Or is it Chinese? I don't know! Oh dear. Let's stop offending more people, and let's just play Pikmin. Because it's an amazing game, and highly recommended. Anyway. Let's go ahead and pluck these Pikmin, and I believe with both captains you'll pluck them faster, so remember that as a good speed trick. But anyway, that's also the thing that shows what day you're on in this game. Unlike the first game, you have an unlimited amount of days you can play this, I think. I've never gone to a limit, so... Anyway. But there's also a lot of treasures in this game. So, it's going to take me quite a while to get through this one. It's going to be a lot longer than the first game, probably. Anyway, let's return to our ship. And I believe by pressing A in front of it, you can normally heal yourself, or maybe... I don't know, you can do that in the first game, but I don't know if you can do it in the second game, or if you need something else to be able to do that, I don't know. Anyway, but now we just have to wait for our Pikmin to get back, so I'm just gonna cut to where they're here. Okay, it's back to the ship, and now this is what happens every time we get a treasure. So, it goes up to like this, and it shows us the value and total we have. And also it gives it a cool nickname. We can rotate it with the control stick. Anyway, we have the Courage Reactor. 280 Pokos now, in total. Our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We will be done in record time. I took the liberty of naming it when I appraised it. The name reflects my current thinking. Leave it to me to think up catchy names for hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to to our president. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Hocotate, we must fly into low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. So yeah, this is what happens at the end of days. This first day is timeless, so you don't have a time limit on it. In the future days we will have a time limit. But there are some interesting things to do with that. But anyway, this automatically happens at the end of days and stuff. There's more stuff that will happen in future days as well, so anyway. I'll try to remember to explain it at some point. Today's report. Funds earned 280 from the courage reactor. Today so far. And Pikmin gained and lost. We gained 20 red Pikmin. And yeah. Yesterday we got 0, but today we got 20, so that's pretty good considering we've only been here for 1 day, so you know what I mean, right? And also a mail from the president. You'll get a different mail every single time you get to the end of the day. You found your first bit of treasure. Fine work on our future depends on your efforts. So check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check in often. Keep up the pace. And then we get to save or don't save. Which is really random because in future parts of this game you will have no choice but to save. So if we press the left button on the D-pad, we can actually see the different like stuff we've encountered in the game. This is showing the pellet posies. It shows how many are defeated. Pikmin lost. It doesn't really matter. Treasure value also doesn't matter right now because it doesn't even do anything with the pellet posy anyway. Treasure value for the dwarf red bulb though is worth 2, but we still can't do anything with it anyway. We've defeated one of them and we've lost no Pikmin to it, so that's pretty much all there is to that. Now if we press left or right here, we can also do right on the main screen, or map screen, and we can check out the different treasures that we've collected and how much they're worth. There are also different treasure collections as well. Also, I want to quickly go back to the dwarf red bulbs, because if you press A button, you can actually throw pick carrots at them, and it will represent what happens. How they attack and all that, so you can't kill them, but you can at least watch them devour all your Pikmin, which is what happens if you're Josh Jepson. So anyway, shots fired. Let's go to area selection. But now we're up to day 2, but anyway, that's it for this episode of Pikmin 2. Next time we'll be returning to the Valley of Repose, and hopefully collecting more treasure, which is also displayed on how much treasure we've collected down the bottom. If it's sparkling, that means you have all of it in the level, or that particular part of it, whatever. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time.